Myself, Jubitha, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science. Now we are going to discuss the subject Web Technology and the topics like TCP/IP basics, then why IP address, logical address, the concept of IP address, features of TCP, then relationship between TCP and IP, ports, sockets, then active open, passive open, TCP connections, what makes TCP reliable, user datagram protocol, then finally difference between TCP and UDP. First topic, TCP IP basics. The transmission control protocol or internet protocol suite of protocols from the basics of internet networking. It was developed in early 1970s during the development of LAN and internet. TCP IP consists of 4 layers. First layer is network layer, second one internet layer, transport layer, application layer. The first 4 layers provide physical standards, network interface, internetworking and transport functions that correspond to first 4 layers of the OSI model, and these 4 layers are represented in TCP IP model by a single layer called the application layer. TCP IP is a hierarchical protocol made up of interactive modules and each of them provides specific functionality. Here, hierarchical means that each upper layer protocol is supported by 2 or more lower level protocols. Data link layer and physical layer is to be made up of a single layer as network layer. Then first layer is application layer, and application layer is the topmost layer in the TCP IP model. It is responsible for handling high-level protocols, issues of representation. This layer allows the user to interact with the application. When one application layer protocol wants to communicate with another application layer, it forwards its data to the transport layer. Then second is transport layer. The transport layer is responsible for the reliability, flow control and the correction of data which is being sent over the network. The 2 protocols used in the transport layer are user datagram protocol and transmission control protocol. The third layer is internet layer. An internet layer is the third layer of the TCP IP model. An internet layer is also known as the network layer. The main responsibility of the internet layer is to send the packets from any network and they arrive at the destination. Then fourth layer is network access layer. A network layer is the lowest layer of the TCP IP model. A network layer is the combination of physical layer and data link layer defined in the OSI reference model. It defines how the data should be sent physically through the network. Next topic is why IP address. An internet protocol address is a numerical label assigned to each device connected to a computer network. It uses the internet protocol for communication. An IP address serves 2 main functions: host or network interface identification and local addressing. IP addresses are written and displayed in human readable notations. Next, logical address. Logical address is a 32-bit IP address that is not embedded in the network card, but it is assigned to it for the purpose of routing between networks. A logical address may be different from the physical address due to the operation of an address translator or mapping functions. Next, features of TCP. TCP is a feature-rich protocol. It provides guaranteed data delivery. It ensures that each bit sent from the source host reaches at the destination host. To provide such a reliable service, TCP deploys 5 functions. First one, segmentation. Second one, connection multiplexing. Third one, 3-way handshake. Fourth one, sequencing and acknowledgement. Then finally, flow control through windowing. Next heading, relationship between TCP and IP. TCP and IP are 2 protocols belonging to different layers in the OSI model stack. The IP protocol is a network layer protocol. It transports packets between 2 different entities connected to the network identified by their IP address. TCP protocol is a transport layer protocol. It transports segments of data, not packets, representing the individual units of data that a message coming from an higher layer of the OSI model. Next, ports and sockets. An application process running on one computer that wants to communicate with another application process running on another computer identifies itself using a 16-bit port number, which is subsequently used by the transport layer protocol to deliver incoming messages. A socket is essentially an addressable endpoint in a communication between two processes and consists of a unique combination of IP address, port number and transport layer protocol. Next, active open and passive open. First, passive open. A passive open is a creation of a listening socket to accept incoming connections. It uses socket function, bind function, listen function followed by an accept function. An active open is a creation of a connection to a listening port by a client. It uses socket function and connect function. Next, TCP connections. TCP is a connection-oriented protocol, and every connection-oriented protocol needs to establish connection in order to reserve resources at both the communicating ends. Connection establishment. To establish a connection, TCP uses a three-way handshake method. Next, connection termination. The connection termination phase uses a four-way handshake with each side of the connection terminating independently. Next, what makes TCP reliable? Transport Control Protocol is a transport layer protocol. It is a reliable and a connection-oriented protocol that sends data as an unstructured stream of bytes to host over the IP network such as LAN, WAN and Internet. TCP provides delivery notification after sending each segment to the node with deliver information about packets transmitted to a destination node. TCP retransmit the data segment if data lost in transmit from source to destination. Next, user datagram protocol. UDP uses a simple connectionless communication model with a minimum of protocol mechanisms. UDP provides checksums for data integrity and port numbers for addressing different functions at the source and destination of the datagram. The user datagram protocol is one of the core members of Internet Protocol suite. Difference between TCP and UDP. Transmission Control Protocol and UDP or User Datagram Protocol. TCP is connection oriented. Once a connection is established, data can be sent bidirectional. UDP is a simpler, connectionless Internet protocol. Multiple messages are sent as packets in chunks using UDP. Thank you.